don't always go for the basket. Like, think about what your next shot after that's going to be and what angle you want. Welcome back, my fellow frolfers. I'm joined today by Riley from RM Disc Golf. He was actually a professional golf caddy. A lot of the stuff translates into this game as well. You can drastically improve your scores by just playing smarter. So what we're going to do is just describe and kind of explain our thought process of attacking these holes and how to keep yourself from getting those big numbers.
So 305, par 3, OB right, OB left. The tricky part is it's like downwind off the right. What you want to do is probably want to throw something a little beefy, but not too much to where the flight plate's just going to take the wind and chuck you left. I would take a pretty stable disc and throw it out over the OB right and land it into the slope, because the pin's up on the, or the basket. The basket's up on the hill. So if you land too far left, it's just going to skip out, and being too short right is going to leave you in trouble. So you kind of want to spike it into the hill. So
even with this wind coming across to the left, you still like a spike hyzer?
I like a spike hyzer with something stable, but not, maybe not a spike hyzer, but a beefier disc flat.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, I have a perfect disc I think you should throw. You should throw the honor that I gave you. Throw it flat out to the right. I mean, it's beefy, so you got to throw it hard and flat. There's no way you're going to end up right with it.
There's no way I'm flipping this over.
No, you throw it at the basket on the right.
Okay.
And throw it flat, and it'll fade back into the hill.
That's definitely higher, but I like it.
See, it spikes into the hill and it's safe, and you have a putt.
Definitely safe.
Yeah. All right, what would you do about this hole? What would you do differently?
Either a buzz or a little faster mid.
Okay.
And just go straight at it. But that's if you can hit your gaps, you know, like if you can hit that line.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, I like a hyzer that's something stable. And my main thing, if I'm throwing a hyzer, is I want to make sure that it doesn't clear this hill. Like, I want it, if anything, to land close to this right side.
Yeah.
Rather than up on this hill and go over and go into the left.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you want me to take the straight shot?
If you want to try it, yeah.
Okay,
We'll see.
I'll try it. I have an MD3, basically a buzz, right?
It'll show what the differences of the two are.
Yeah, but you executed that shot.
Yeah, exactly. So
this is not the shot I would do.
We'll see if you can execute.
Yeah. Nah, I throw that on hyzer. Here's an origin, which is maybe better.
See, that hyzer flipped to flat, nice and straight.
Yeah, I needed some height on it. It would have got there.
Yeah, that's a beautiful shot. Well, I mean, you can see what the caddy's recommendation ended up with is a much better shot.
That worked pretty good. What are you trying to do on this putt? Uphill, downwind? How do you account for that?
Downwind, I am going to aim at the band, because the wind coming from behind you is really going to push that disc down. Being uphill, same kind of thing. Like, you need to get that extra ump up there. So I'm basically aiming right at the veteran on the top of that band right there, and hopefully it drops.
Wow. There we go. Yeah. That's what I was thinking, was that I would put this putt just a little bit, I'd release it a little high, like out of the hand, just so even if it does land, it's not rolling down the hill. So.
See, now that's a point I honestly didn't even consider. Of in my head, it was like, I'm making this putt, and that's the only option.
Yeah.
Had I missed that, that probably would have glided back into the grass back there.
That's really the difference between like traditional golf and disc golf, is that disc golf you can play way more aggressive and get away with it.
Yeah.
Like, if you're the same sort of area for golf, you're always thinking about how to like play safe.
Yeah, it's more of a lag putt at that point.
Yeah, you're just trying to secure a shot.
With how the baskets are elevated off the ground, you can't really lag putt and still have a chance of it going in. Yeah. In golf, you can lag putt and it could end up dropping.
Yep.
If I tried to lay up to the post, it's never going to go in.
Yeah.
Hole 17, par 3, 363 to this back pin position. Obviously, you've got these two trees that are right up front. If you don't hit it through that, you're never going to have a good shot anyway. I mean, like, just imagine if your disc missed right or left of these. Like, you're so far off target, that really shouldn't even be in your head. You have to get it through those to even have a half-decent shot. Other than that, the grass over here on the right is a lot shorter than it usually is, so it's a little less dangerous than normal. We do have the creek on the left. So for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to err on the side of bailing out to the right. So I'm going to throw something that's a little bit flippier and has more of a chance of turning over rather than stalling out and ending up crashing left into the creek. That's the way I would approach it. Let's hear it from the professional caddies.
Yeah, not much different. I am sitting, even as like a mid disc golfer, the first thing you see is the trees. which are kind of intimidating, and I have hit them before.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first thing you want to do is just find what's the actual landing zone that you can go at. This is a long hole. 363 is a pretty decent par 3. So I'm trying to find a disc that can turn over to the right, and if it stays out there, I'm okay. But if it finishes left, then that's actually going to give me a putting chance.
For me, that's the Valkyrie. The Valkyrie is just the perfect disc to do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw that Honor too.
You think that's close?
I think if this beats in, it would be flippier like this is.
Yeah, I think for a lot of people, though, it's supposed to be a beefy disc.
It feels like it starts out beefy, but could end up being like a destroyer. A destroyer is a beefy disc, but once you beat it in, like you can get a destroyer to turn into a roller. Yeah. I mean, realistically. Yeah. So I'm going to throw both these. I'll throw this Honor first, see how this ends up. Yeah. I might put it on just a little bit of any of a flex because I do want it to go right. And like you said, I'd like it to finish left a little bit.
Yeah, if it does, that's a bonus. But if not, then you're going to be safe. Nice. Yeah, I think the big thing is
like 300 feet.
I think the big thing is knowing your level. So if you're a pro, or you're playing open or MA1, then you're attacking this hole. But if you're not, like most people aren't going to par this because it's a protected basket and we're into the wind, so it's a decent get.
Yeah. So
you really just got to know what your level's at.
Well, and exactly, like that disc ended up in the fairway. It's going to give me a nice, easy approach to be able to save my par.
Yeah.
So we'll see if I can put a little bit more on this one. And I'd like to see a little bit more S-curve right to the right there. Nope. Just laser beam straight. Yeah. That new Valkyrie is still pretty stable.
Yeah, see, I'm going to throw a DD3 because I've thrown it so many times today, and that's the exact shot shape that I want. Turn over to the right, and then it comes back left. And shouldn't be far enough to where I actually get into trouble.
That is the exact shot that I wanted to see.
Yeah.
It hangs out right for a while, finishes left.
Yeah, and
beautiful.
Yeah, I'm not getting better than that.
That's more what I think this Wraith is going to do.
Yeah.
I think this beat-in Wraith is pretty perfect for this hole.
Yeah, so that's the flight. Yeah.
Yeah, still a little short, but... So here's an example of if you do end up over here, because we all know we're not going to throw the perfect shot every time. A good get out of jail free card. I feel like everybody needs to have a zone in their bag. I mean, it is just too good of a disc to not have. My favorite approach shot, especially getting out of tricky situations like this over here, is a forehand that you release on a bit of an anhyzer and you just let it pan out to flat and let it land soft. See if we can pull it off back here. We'll put ourselves back in these trees a little bit.
Boop. And just lands.
Just like that.
Nice.
See if you can do it.
I can do it? Okay. All right, same shot. I have a tactic though, so maybe a little bit more beef than a zone, but not much. You know, I'll move in so I'm not covered by a tree. So same shot. You just wanted to pan down to the basket. Yeah, I gave mine a little more oomph than you did, but...
Beautiful, though. I mean,
yeah, same thing.
That's what I don't want it to completely fade out to the right when I throw that shot. Like I want it to land when it's getting flat. But that is something that you can experiment with. If you do need that S-curve flight, you can get it to do that.
Yeah.
I just think when you only have one obstacle to get away from, like the left side, that's the perfect way to do it.
Yeah.
You're more of a spin putter, you'd say, wouldn't you? Or you spush?
Yeah, definitely a spush, but it switches in and out. If it's windy like today, a lot of those putts, I just want to make sure I don't blow past. But here...
See, like this, like my natural putting motion, I'm concerned would hit that tree.
Yeah,
so
I would maybe ante it a little bit.
Exactly, that's what I was going to ask is, would you say more of an ante push putt, like my normal putt, or would you say switch to more of a spin for both distance and to keep it low ceiling?
I'd go ante push putt because just like how the zone shot just lands softly, you can do the same thing with the putter. You're not going to blow by, but you just take a little off.
And it gives you that tap in at the end. Yeah, that definitely makes sense, and it's a safer way to play for sure. And it's something that I'm more confident in. Like that's more of my normal putt rather than switching to something completely different just for this situation.
Yeah, exactly. It's just going to land. Boop.
Didn't even get it there, but
yeah, try to run this a little higher left and run it aggressive. Oh,
Oh.
I thought that was going to land on top. His skill set is not that
so
kind of game.
This game is a lot easier when you just park your drive like that. But as you can see, like what he was just talking about with those Annie putts, I mean, here's the first or the second one, and here's the first one.
Yeah.
They're both right there. So the percentage of making those putts isn't high. I mean, even on the Pro Tour,
It's like
you know,
the best
like
one's like 32 and
yeah,
38%.
exactly.
Yeah.
So like you're not going to make it a lot. Give it a chance to go in, but your bigger concern is make your next one a stress-free putt.
Yeah.
That's definitely something that I find helps me a lot in a round of where I'm not blasting past. Now I'm worried if I'm going to 3-putt.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. If you're a beginner, you're shaving strokes as fast as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Not 3-putting is the easiest one to get away from.
Hole 18. We've got a window across the creek here.
Yeah, this is a cool hole.
This one can definitely change a lot depending on the basket position. I think there's a lot of options here. Number one option that I think a lot of people overlook, yes, there is stuff on the left side you got to worry about, but rollers,
Yeah.
I think rollers are so overlooked. Like people forget you're allowed to put the disc on the ground. Like everyone thinks it has to be in the air. It doesn't necessarily have to be. You can legally roll the disc just fine.
But you don't find it hard getting a roller this low of a ceiling? You can get a roller on the ground that fast?
With my Sidewinder, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll try it. I'll show you. But my first thought here is to throw a flippy fairway. Immediately, I think of the heat. I throw the heat on a slight hyzer, maybe even flat, and just let it turn and just glide down there as far as I can. For me, as my skill level, this basket's not very attackable. I'm just trying to get something that is as far to the right as I can to give me an easy approach back to the basket.
Yeah.
You get to that left side and you're cutting yourself off because the basket's actually around the trees just a little bit, and then you're cutting yourself off.
See, I see the low forehand here just because of the tennis courts on the right.
Mm-hmm.
The worst I'm going to do, as long as I keep it low enough, is I'm just going to hit the tennis court, and then I'm going to be able to get up and down from there. But you push it at the tree line with something beefy, let it dive to the right. Same thing. This is a tough shot to get to.
Yeah, you know? I agree. I mean, a forehand and a backhand turnover shot, I mean, they're the same shot shape to a degree. It's more of what you're more confident in.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to throw all three of them and see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll do a roller, a turnover, and a forehand.
Yeah.
So
my guess is the turnover does best for you. Roller first?
No, we're going to start with the turnover because that's we're going to play it in order of confidence, basically, of what I would
what you would do. Yeah. Yep. I like that.
No, we just got to make sure we execute. Turn, 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 turn.
Just a little cloud breaker, straight, and then it dips to the right. Oh, that's too high. Nope, never mind.
That's going to play just fine, though.
Yeah, literally off the fence.
I'm going to throw the fuse mid back in.
I'm going to be honest. I think the door was open up there. I think I'm out of bounds. Yeah, that's perfect. Hits the little fence. Yeah.
Yeah, kicked right into the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that.
I'd go turnover. All right. You went a fuse?
Yeah, that was a fuse.
Okay. Maybe I'm not going turnover. I would go a little Annie. I'll see how that works.
Oh, that's such a pretty shot.
Yeah, it's going to get left, though.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. The turnover shot, I think, is more dangerous because if you fuck up a forehand, most likely it's still going to end up right.
Yeah, exactly.
If you mess up that backhand and it doesn't turn over, now you're in the shit. So I think forehand is definitely the play. There it is.
Yeah, nice.
That's what I wanted to do. So yeah, we have to throw the roller though. Hang on.
Oh.
I got to see if I can get it down on this low ceiling.
Yeah, get right.
Oh, it was so close to being so good.
I think that still might be good. I think that's better than you think.
Okay, so we're pretty wide open here on the right side. Obviously, we got this tree to worry about. But I think just basically aiming straight at that red post with a little bit of height with the zone. You just got to try to get around that cedar. That's the only thing.
Yeah, you just wanted to crash in.
I almost like going lower just to stay under those cedars branches. Because I don't know if it's going to crash.
Are you throwing from standstill from this close, or are you a little walk up?
I'd probably just do a baby step.
Yeah.
Just for comfortability. See a little skip.
Yep, that's perfect. Yeah.
A little deep, but...
So I'm taking a putter that's not as stable as that zone. And I may be cutting off a little bit less than that and throwing a little nose up just so it keeps the line, just glides a little bit. That wasn't a great shot, but
Well,
that works.
pretty solid.
Came out a little wobbly.
I think course management is like one of the easiest things for anybody to improve on.
Yeah.
Like your skill level doesn't really correlate to your course management, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You can be a terrible disc golfer that can't throw very far or misses a lot of putts, and you can still save strokes just by being smarter.
Yeah.
And then obviously the same goes for somebody that is good.
And
Stop making dumb decisions.
Yeah, that's the thing is it's, you know, sometimes it's boring to play smarter. But there you go. But if you want to shave strokes, you want to actually get better at disc golf, then you need to realize where you can land it, where you don't want to land it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It can feel boring, but at the same time, like, for me, playing better is fun.
Yeah.
You know, like if I can shoot a better score, that's more fun to me.
Yeah.
So if it means keeping the distance drivers in the bag, I don't throw a lot of distance drivers. That's what we were talking about. It's just I throw a lot more fairways because they're controllable. I can put them where I want them to end up, and I don't put myself in danger as much. Just because I can pump one out 425 feet, if it goes in the wrong direction, that doesn't do me any good. You know, 400 feet into the woods is a lot worse than 350 in the fairway.
That's the thing. The further out you get, the more trouble you're going to get into.
Yeah, exactly. The further you can throw, the more obstacles that are now on the playing field.
Yeah.
You know, if you take away that 100 feet and nothing past that 350 mark or whatever is touchable, now you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. And if you get that zone shot down, the little pan shot or on the backhand, any kind of overstable approach shot, if you get that down, you can lay up on any hole. If you get within 200 feet, that shot, once you're good at it, that shot's the easiest shot to play.
I think playing for par is one of the best things you can do. Like, play for par and then just be happy when the birdies come.
Yeah.
Because, like, unless you're an elite level player, like a lot better than somebody like me, like, going for birdies is dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, you're forcing yourself to maybe make some bad judgment calls sometimes.
Yeah.
Whereas if you play for par and you scramble and as long as you don't bogey, you win.
Yeah.
If you get that mentality, next thing you know, you're going to start having birdies pop up on the card.
Yeah.
And you're not going to have those bogeys to counteract them either.
Mm-hmm.
If I go out and shoot and I shoot 6 birdies, but I have 8 bogeys, I finish +2. It doesn't matter. You know, all those birdies don't even do any good.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
me. So
yeah, that's the thing is that all of the shots we looked at, you know, every beginner's landing zones or attack angle, whatever attack spot, is always the basket. All the spots we chose were around the basket in a safer angle, making sure you stay under that tree or come inside the tree. All we're trying to do is land around here to make the putt. Everyone else is just chucking it at the basket.
Well, I mean, yeah, going for the basket. I mean, you look at this hole, for example, there's only 10 feet maybe behind the basket of room to air.
Yeah.
If your landing zone is over here, now if you miss, you're in a lot safer section.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you do hit your landing zone, you've got an easy putt.
Yeah, this is a bad shot. If you end over here, even though it might have got through the trees, but you're left of the basket, that's a bad shot.
Exactly. Like, I think that's a huge, huge point that we really need to hammer down is that don't always go for the basket. Like, think about what your next shot after that's going to be and what angle you want. Like, if you throw your tee shot and you end up directly behind a bunch of trees, even though you crushed it, it doesn't do you any good if your next shot is cut off and you have no shot.
Yeah.
So,
hit position, make some putts.
Exactly. Well, we could go on all day, but I appreciate the input you've given. Coming from a caddy perspective on golf, I mean, you look at the Pro Tour, a lot of the events are on golf courses.
Exactly.
I mean, it's the same thing. It's called disc golf for a reason. You have to play a little bit like a golfer. Don't get me wrong. It's fun to go out and chuck discs. Don't even keep score sometimes. But if you're trying to improve your game, playing more like a golfer is only going to help you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks for having me on.
It was a pleasure as always.
Yes,
thank you.
GG.
Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Peace.
Cheers.